My Lord, my God, I stand before you today not as a perfect man, not as one without fault, but as one who longs for your presence. I have walked through valleys of darkness, through storms that shook me to my core, but in every moment, I know you were there. When my strength failed me, when my faith trembled, you carried me. Even when I strayed, you never let me go. Your grace, your mercy, they chased after me even when I thought I was unworthy. Lord, lead me closer to you, not just in my triumphs, but in my trials. Not just when the sun is shining, but when the night is long and cold. Let my heart beat to the rhythm of your will. Let my soul thirst for your presence more than the riches of this world. This life, it is fleeting. Fame, power, wealth, they fade like the morning mist. But you remain. You are my rock, my refuge, my salvation. So Lord, strip away my pride. Tear down the walls of fear, doubt, and sin that keep me from you. Teach me to walk in your light, to love as you love, to serve as you serve. I surrender, Father. I give you my dreams, my plans, my burdens, because I know in your hands all things work together for good. Lead me, Lord. Lead me in the fire, through the storm, and beyond the grave, because where you are, that's where I belong. My Lord, I come before you today not as a man of perfection, not as one who has always walked the straight and narrow path, but as someone who has stumbled, fallen, and at times even lost his way. I have made mistakes. Mistakes that weighed heavy on my heart, mistakes that kept me up at night, mistakes that made me question my own worth. But even in my brokenness, even in my failures, you have never turned away from me. There were moments when I thought I had it all figured out, moments when my pride told me I could do it on my own. But Lord, life has a way of humbling even the strongest among us. I have been brought to my knees, not because of my own strength, but because of my weakness. And in those moments of weakness, I have realized something profound. Without you, I am nothing. Without your grace, I am lost. Without your mercy, I am unworthy. I have tried to walk this journey alone, believing that my own wisdom, my own understanding, my own will could carry me through. But time and time again, I have learned that I am not enough. My wisdom is limited, my understanding is flawed, my willpower is weak. I have fallen short, not once, not twice, but countless times. I have spoken words I shouldn't have. I have held on to anger when I should have forgiven. I have let fear dictate my choices when I should have trusted in you. Yet despite all of it, you still call me your child. Despite my failures, you still reach out to me. Despite my flaws, you still love me. And that love, Lord, is what humbles me the most. Because it is not a love that is earned. It is a love that is given freely. A love that looks beyond my faults and sees my heart. A love that reminds me that I don't have to be perfect to be loved by you. So today I stand before you with an open heart, admitting that I am not perfect, that I am in need of you every single day. I acknowledge that I don't have all the answers, but I know the one who does. I admit that I cannot do this on my own, but I know the one who can carry me through. I recognize that I have fallen short, but I also recognize that your grace is greater than my failures. Lord, I am not worthy, but still you call me worthy. I am not strong, but still you give me strength. I am not perfect, but still you are perfecting me every day. And for that, Lord, I give you praise. Lord, there were times when I felt like I was walking alone, times when the weight of the world pressed down on my shoulders so heavily that I could barely stand. I have faced moments of doubt, moments of fear, moments where I questioned if you were even there. The nights were long, the silence was deafening, and my heart ached for an answer, just a sign, just a whisper, just something to remind me that you had not forgotten me. But even in those moments when I couldn't see you, when I couldn't feel you, when I thought I was abandoned, you were there. You were there in the stillness. In the quiet, in the space between my pain and my healing, you were there, holding me together when I was falling apart. You were there, catching every tear that fell from my eyes, hearing every cry that escaped my lips. Lord, I see it now. I see that in my darkest nights, you were my light. When I thought I was alone in the storm, it was you who shielded me from the full force of the winds. When I felt like I was drowning, it was your hand that lifted me above the waves. When my heart was shattered, it was your love that held the broken pieces together. I think back on the times when I felt like I couldn't take another step, when the weight of my failures, my regrets, and my past mistakes made me believe that I was unworthy of your love. But even then, you never turned away. Even then, you stood by me. Even then, you whispered to my heart, I am with you. You have always been with me, Lord. Through every valley, through every storm, through every battle, when I look back, I see your fingerprints all over my life. The times I should have been lost, but you found me. The times I should have been broken beyond repair, but you restored me. The times I should have given up, but you gave me strength to press on. And even when I turned away from you, even when I let doubt creep into my heart, even when I failed to recognize your hand in my life, you never left me. Others may have walked away. Friends may have turned their backs. People I trusted may have let me down. But you remained. Your love is constant. Your presence is unwavering. Your grace never runs out. I may not always understand your ways, Lord. I may not always see what you are doing, but one thing I know for certain, you have never left me and you never will. And for that, I am forever grateful. Lord, I have tried to be strong on my own. I have tried to carry burdens too heavy for my shoulders, to fight battles too great for my strength, to stand tall when the weight of life was pushing me down. But time and time again, I have learned a hard truth. I am not strong enough on my own. My strength fails. My endurance runs out. My spirit grows weary. There were moments when I told myself, I can handle this. I can push through. I don't need to ask for help. But deep inside, I was breaking. I was trying to be my own anchor in a storm that was far too powerful for me to face alone. I was trying to fight with my own hands, forgetting that the battle was never mine to begin with. Lord, you have shown me that real strength does not come from within myself. It comes from you. When my hands are too weak to hold on, it is you who holds on to me. When my heart is too heavy with sorrow, it is you who lifts me up. I think back on the times when I was at my lowest, when I had nothing left to give. My spirit was exhausted, my mind was overwhelmed, my faith was shaken. But even in those moments, when I thought I had reached my limit, you gave me strength I did not know I had. You gave me the courage to take one more step, the will to keep moving forward, the endurance to press on when I felt like giving up. Lord, I know now that I was never meant to do this alone. You never asked me to carry my burdens by myself. You never expected me to fight with my own strength. You have always been there, waiting for me to surrender, waiting for me to stop relying on myself and start depending on you. Your word says, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. And I see now what that means. When I am weak, you are strong. When I have nothing left, you are more than enough. When I am at my breaking point, you are my breakthrough. So today, Lord, I lay down my pride. I lay down my need to control everything. I lay down my fear of appearing weak, because I know that true strength is not found in how much I can endure on my own, but in how much I trust in you. I do not have to be strong all the time, because you are my strength. I do not have to have all the answers, because you are my wisdom. I do not have to carry the weight of the world, because you already carried it for me, Lord. I don't just want to know about you. I want to know you. I don't just want to hear your name spoken in sermons or songs. I want to hear your voice in the depths of my soul. I don't want my faith to be something I visit on Sundays or in times of trouble. I want it to be the very foundation of my life. The air that I breathe, the fire that burns within me. I have spent too much time chasing things that do not satisfy. I have pursued success, recognition, relationships, and material things, thinking they would fill the emptiness inside. But no matter how much I gained, it was never enough. No matter how much I achieved, something was always missing. And now I see it clearly. What I was searching for all along was you. The world tells me that fulfillment comes from wealth, status, or approval. But Lord, I have learned that the greatest treasure I could ever possess is a closer walk with you. Nothing in this life, no amount of money, no amount of praise, no earthly accomplishment can compare to the peace that comes from being in your presence. So Father, I come before you with a humble heart, asking you to draw me closer, not just in the moments when I need help, not just when the weight of life becomes too much to bear, but in every moment and in every breath and every step I take. Let my heart crave you more than it craves comfort. Let my soul hunger for your presence more than it hungers for success. Let my spirit be satisfied in you alone. Now, I don't want a distant relationship, Lord. I don't want to go through the motions, saying the right words but never truly feeling them. I don't want a shallow faith that wavers when life gets hard. I want to know you in the depths of my being. I want to wake up with you on my mind and lay down at night with my heart resting in your peace. I want to walk with you so closely that my desires become your desires. My thoughts become shaped by your wisdom and my actions reflect your love. Lord, if there is anything standing between me and you, anything in my heart, my habits, my mindset, reveal it to me. If there are distractions keeping me from seeking you fully, remove them. If my own pride, my own fears, my own doubts are creating distance between us, help me to let them go. Because I do not want anything, nothing in this world to separate me from you. Teach me to desire you above all else. Not just when I am in need, but even when life is good. Not just when I am in a storm, but even when the sun is shining. Let my love for you be constant, unwavering, and deep. Because, Lord, I know that in your presence, I will find everything I need. Lord, for so long, I chased after the things the world told me mattered. I ran after success, believing that if I could just achieve enough, I would finally feel complete. I pursued wealth, thinking that if I had more, I would be satisfied. I sought after recognition, hoping that if enough people approved of me, I would finally feel worthy. But Lord, the more I gained, the emptier I felt. I have seen people rise to power only to fall in an instant. I have watched fame come and go like a flower that blooms today and withers tomorrow. I have witnessed wealth disappear overnight, leaving behind nothing but regret and longing. Everything that this world calls valuable, money, status, possessions, is fragile. It does not last. It does not satisfy. It does not bring true peace. How many times have I believed that just a little more would be enough? Just a little more money, just a little more success, just one more achievement. But Lord, no matter how much I had, there was always a void that could not be filled. The things of this world promise fulfillment, but they never deliver. They shine for a moment, but eventually they fade. You warned us, Lord, not to store up treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, where thieves break in and steal. And now I understand why. Everything on this earth is temporary. It can be taken in an instant. But you remain. Your love does not fade. Your promises do not fail. Your kingdom is eternal. I do not want to live my life chasing things that will one day turn to dust. I do not want my heart to be tied to things that will pass away. I do not want to spend my days pursuing what the world calls success, only to reach the end of my life and realize that I was chasing the wrong things. Lord, open my eyes to see what truly matters. Let me desire things that are eternal, your presence, your wisdom, your purpose. Let me seek after righteousness rather than riches, after love rather than luxury, after service rather than status. Because at the end of my life, it will not matter how much money I made, how many people knew my name, or how high I climbed. What will matter is whether I walked with you. So Lord, strip away my attachment to the things of this world. Remind me that my worth is not found in my possessions, my achievements, or my reputation. My worth is found in you. Because everything else may fade, but you, my Lord, will never fade. Everything else may pass away, but your kingdom will never pass away. And I choose to build my life on what will last forever, Lord. For so long I have tried to control my own life. I have held tightly to my own plans, my own desires, my own way of doing things. I have mapped out my future, set my own expectations, and convinced myself that I knew what was best for me. But time and time again, I have been reminded that my ways are not your ways. My thoughts are not your thoughts. And my plans will never compare to the plans you have for me. I have fought against surrender, Lord. I have wrestled with you, thinking that if I could just hold on a little longer, push a little harder, I could make things happen my way. But all that did was leave me exhausted, frustrated, and lost. Because the truth is, I was never meant to be in control. I was never meant to carry the weight of my own future. That weight belongs to you. I have learned that when I try to take control, I only make a mess of things. When I act out of fear instead of faith, I step outside of your will. When I try to force things to happen in my timing instead of waiting on yours, I end up walking a path that leads me further from you. And when I cling to my own desires instead of trusting in your purpose, I miss out on the blessings you have already prepared for me. So today, Lord, I am letting go. I am surrendering. Not because I am weak, but because I finally understand that true strength is found in trusting you completely. I surrender my plans, my ambitions, my dreams, because I know that what you have for me is far greater than anything I could ever imagine. I surrender my fears, my doubts, my anxieties, because I know that you are in control, and I do not have to be. I surrender my past, my present, and my future, because I know that you hold all things in your hands. Lord, strip away my pride. Tear down the walls of fear, doubt, and insecurity that keep me from fully trusting in you. Break the chains of control that I have placed upon myself and teach me to walk in faith. Even when I do not understand, let me trust in your wisdom. Even when the path is uncertain, let me follow where you lead. Even when my heart longs for something different, let me desire your will above my own. I know that surrender does not mean life will always be easy. I know that your plans may take me through storms, through valleys, through seasons of waiting and refining. But I also know that every step I take in obedience to you is a step towards something greater. I know that when I surrender to you, I am not losing control. I am gaining peace. I am not giving up. I am stepping into something far more beautiful than I could ever create on my own. So Lord, I lay it all down, my will, my way, my control, because I know that in your hands, my life will become something far greater than I could ever make it on my own. Lord, there have been times in my life when I felt like I was walking in complete darkness, times when the path ahead of me was hidden, when fear and doubt crept into my heart and whispered lies that made me question everything. I have faced moments when the storms of life raged so fiercely that I didn't know if I would make it through. And in those moments, Lord, I have learned that faith is not just believing when things are easy. Faith is holding on when everything around me tells me to let go. I have seen how quickly life can change. One day everything feels stable, and the next, the ground beneath me is shaking. People leave, plans fall apart. The things I once trusted in fail me, and yet, Lord, you remain the same. When everything around me is uncertain, you are my certainty. When the world shifts and shakes, you are my solid rock. When I don't know what tomorrow holds, I can rest in the truth that you are already there making a way for me. But Lord, I confess that sometimes my faith is weak. Sometimes when the storm is too strong, I let fear take over. I look at the waves instead of looking at you. I focus on the problem instead of remembering your promises. I let doubt creep into my heart and wonder if you have forgotten me. But Lord, I know that faith is not about seeing the way. It's about trusting that you are leading me even when I cannot see. Your word tells me that faith is the evidence of things unseen, the confidence in what I hope for. And Lord, I want that kind of faith. Not a faith that wavers when things get hard. Not a faith that crumbles under pressure, but a faith that stands strong no matter what comes my way. I want the kind of faith that moves mountains, that walks on water, that stands in the fire without fear. I want the kind of faith that does not depend on my circumstances, but depends fully on you. Help me, Lord, to trust you even when I don't understand. When I pray and the answer does not come right away, let me have faith that you are still working. When the road is uncertain, let me believe that you are guiding my steps. When life does not go the way I planned, let me remember that your plan is always better. And when I am afraid, remind me that faith is greater than fear, that your presence is greater than my problems, and that nothing is impossible for you. Lord, I know that faith is not just about believing when things are good. It's about holding on when things feel impossible. It's about trusting that even when I don't see the way, you are making a way. It's about surrendering my fear, my doubt, my need for control, and walking forward in faith, knowing that you are always with me. So Lord, strengthen my faith. Let it be unshakable, immovable, deeply rooted in who you are. Let it be the anchor that holds me steady when the storms of life try to pull me under. Let it be the light that guides me when the road ahead is unclear. Because no matter what comes my way, I choose to trust you. I choose to walk by faith, not by sight. Lord, when I look back on my life, when I reflect on all the moments where I could have been lost, where I could have been broken beyond repair, where I could have given up completely, I see your love. I see your hand guiding me, protecting me, providing for me even when I didn't deserve it. I see the times when I walked away, when I put distance between us, yet you never left me. Your love has never failed me, not even once. How many times have I fallen and you lifted me up? How many times have I doubted and you reassured me? How many times have I turned my back, yet you still called me home? Lord, your love is beyond my understanding. It is deeper than the oceans, stronger than the storms, more constant than the rising sun. No matter how far I wander, no matter how many mistakes I make, your love remains. The world offers love that comes with conditions. People love when it is easy, when it is convenient, when there is something to be gained in return. But Lord, your love is different. Your love does not waver based on my actions. Your love does not diminish when I fail. Your love does not run out when I am at my weakest. You love me not because of who I am, but because of who you are. I cannot count the number of times I have been unfaithful to you, yet your faithfulness to me has never wavered. I have struggled with doubt, with fear, with disobedience, yet you have remained patient, calling me back to you with open arms. I have let the cares of this world distract me. I have chased after things that do not matter, yet you have never stopped pursuing me. Never stopped reminding me that I belong to you. Lord, I don't deserve this love. I have done nothing to earn it. I could never be good enough, never be perfect enough, never be worthy enough on my own. But that is the beauty of your love. It is not something to be earned. It is something freely given. You loved me before I even knew you. You loved me at my worst. You loved me in my brokenness. And you will continue to love me through every season, every trial, every moment of my life. So today, Lord, I just want to say thank you, not just with my words, but with my life. I want to live in a way that reflects my gratitude for all you have done. I want my actions, my choices, my heart to be a testimony of your love. I want to love others the way you have loved me, unconditionally, selflessly, without hesitation. I want to extend grace the way you have extended grace to me. Lord, even if I had 1,000 tongues, it would not be enough to thank you. Even if I spent my entire life praising you, it would not be enough to repay what you have given me. So I will not take your love for granted. I will not let a day pass without acknowledging how good you have been to me, because without you, I would be lost. Without you, I would be nothing. But with you, I have everything. Lord, after everything I have seen, after everything I have been through, I know this to be true. There is nothing greater than you. Nothing this world offers can compare to your presence. No success, no wealth, no human love can satisfy my soul the way you do. And so today I make a choice. I choose you. I choose to trust you when life is uncertain. I choose to follow you even when I do not understand the path ahead. I choose to surrender my will, my desires, my plans, because I know that what you have for me is far greater than anything I could create on my own. I choose faith over fear, purpose over comfort, obedience over convenience. I choose to love you with all my heart, all my soul, all my strength. Lord, lead me closer to you. Strip away everything that is not of you. Refine me, mold me, shape me into who you have called me to be. Let my life be a reflection of your love, a testimony of your grace, a vessel for your glory.